Hi folks, this is Wemette coming to you with another Red's Bedtime story. And this one took place back in 1970. I was supposed to meet with Curt Hansen, Irwin Weiner, and Tony Spilotro at a restaurant. I think it was Lincoln and Foster, I'm not really sure. But at any rate, I lived at 1263 Pratt Boulevard, and that was at Pratt and Greenwood. And so I left, and I was late, and I was driving down the artery. I think it was Western Avenue, I'm not sure. It might not, yeah, it was Western Avenue. But there were spots where you went through that was 45 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, then it dropped down to 25 miles an hour, where sure enough, there was a white shirt traffic division. Those days, the guys were white shirts. Not like, like the sergeants, whatever. But they were traffic division. They had different color caps, too. They were very noticeable. But I saw the squad car ahead of me, and I was probably doing around 50 miles an hour. And I looked at the speed sign on the side of the road and said 25. I said, oh, here it comes. And sure enough, the lights went on even before I got to him. And so I just pulled over. I pulled over as soon as I got there. And he stepped out of his vehicle. He came over to me. And I rolled my window down, and he said, can I see your driver's license, please? And I went, and I pulled out my driver's license, and I had money in my pocket with it. And those days, driver's licenses were made out of paper. They weren't really laminated like the ones we have now. So he looked at it, and he saw the money when I pulled it out, too. And there must have been $2,000 or $3,000 in cash there. But anyway, he looked at it and he said, do you still live at this address? And I just shook my head. He asked me several different questions, and all I would do was say yes, or I wouldn't say it, I'd just shake my head yes or no. The reason why is because he had a tape recorder. He was recording everything that we were saying. They had some corruption in the traffic division department, and so they made every officer carry a tape recorder. So while I was doing my examination with him, while he was talking to me, he finally turned around and said, it's against your constitutional rights. I'm violating your constitutional rights by tape recording you. And I went like that, and I shrugged my shoulders. He flipped the tape recorder off, and he said, get in the car. And so I got in the squad car. And he was sitting in the front with me. I was in the front seat. And he asked me where I was going. And I told him, I said, I had a very important meeting and I was late. And I was dressed in a suit and a tie. I was dressed nice. And so he said, where are you going? And I said, restaurant up here and down the street. And I said, it's about maybe 4 or 5 miles away by now. And I said, I'm really late. And he said, he said, you know where you're speeding? And I said, yeah, I do. And he laid his clipboard down next to me, in between us. And my license was there. He had my license on it. And so I dug around my pocket. Finally, they were all hundreds and fifties, but I finally found a 20. And I slipped it in by my license on the clipboard. And so he talked to me for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And I said, I'm really late. And he says, yeah. He said, who are you meeting? And I said, some guys I know from American Bonding. And as soon as he heard the name American Bonding, he knew it was outfit. So he said, how would you like an escort? And I said, that's great. And so he handed me my license back, and the 20 stayed on the clipboard. And he got out, and we sped up, and he had his Mars lights on and everything else, and we pulled into the parking lot, and he pulled in real fast, and I was right on his tail. And so we got in the parking lot, and Curt came out, and Irv Weiner came out. And Irv was like he was cool, calm, and collected, but Curt was running up to the police officer saying, he's a nice kid, whatever he did wrong, we could take care of it, we could settle it right here. And I said, he said, that's okay, he's a good friend of mine. I'd never met the guy before in my life, he just did it. $20, I guess. So anyway, what happened was, after the officer left, Curt started chewing me out and say, what are you bringing heat down on us for? You're not supposed to bring heat down on us. And so I said, the guy's okay, believe me, he's okay. I said, he took money from me, you know. He's not going to bother us, he's gone. He left in a hurry. As soon as he saw you guys, he left. And so we went in the restaurant, we talked, and we worked out some business details on the project that I had going at the time. But anyway, that's my story for the evening. And Irv was amused by it. He got a kick out of it. But Tony kind of did too. He just did, they brushed it off. Curt made a big deal out of it. Anyway, I wrote a book, and it's called Nobody Cares and What I Did About It. And it's the Red Wemette story about the Chicago outfit. But it's available at redwemette.com. REDWEMETTE.com. That's the autographed edition, and I autograph it straight to you. Whatever you like, I put in. If you want your name in there, whatever you want. You can also get it at CreateSpace. Just type in createspace.com, or you can. There's a link on one of my pages. Nobody Cares What I Did about CreateSpace, and you can order it through them, non-autographed. Same price, non-autographed. Or you can get it through Amazon, whichever you prefer. CreateSpace is a good deal though. So is Amazon. They're both good deals. Anyway, that's my story for this evening, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great evening, and God bless you.